Okay. Yep, we're working.
I am recording.
And I am recording. Alright. Backup recording going. Yes, backup Hello, everybody, and welcome to Trophy Wars. This is episode 717. I'm your host, Vic, alongside with me, the man, the myth, and the legend. It's Alex.
Gonna throw one from left field on you, but I think that Ratchet & Clank Future of Crack in Time deserves more respect.
Always with the bad takes. Also with us, he brings the awesome. It's I yield to no one.
I'm just glad we started on time.
You're a dick.
Yes. Yes.
Well, okay. Hold on a second. To be fair, we did start late because of my technical issues. But you were still late, sir.
I was 2 minutes late.
2 minutes is 2 minutes.
That's all right.
Yeah, I don't know. Windows did an update, and now it doesn't like my mixer. So now I gotta spend a week trying to figure that out, as I do the edit this week, which is always great. Matt is not here. We sent him to... Where did we send him, Yield?
I would say Zimbabwe, but I think you've already gone to Zimbabwe.
Yeah, I was already there.
Oh, you were already there.
I think we sent him to bed because he was ready for an early night.
There goes Alex, killing the joke. Every week when I miss, you guys send me some exotic place. Matt's missing a week, and you want to send him to bed.
Yeah, he's done a lot of work. He still got us the agenda, and normally he hosts, so I think he's deserved a Sunday night's rest off.
And I don't?
Maybe if you show up every week, then maybe you will.
I'm sorry that I got sick and I had to work. You know, my priorities were not aligned, I guess.
Nope, not at all.
Gentlemen, how the hell are you? It's been a hell of a week.
Well, I'd be doing better if you didn't shit on my Ratchet & Clank take.
You just have the worst takes I've ever heard come out of anybody's mouth.
You think Ratchet & Clank Crack in Time is a bad game?
To be fair, I don't remember Crack in Time.
Of course.
Typical Alex can't let somebody finish a statement. He's got to cut somebody off.
Typical Tricky. Someone has an opinion, and Tricky tells him it's garbage.
I didn't say it was garbage.
You said it was a bad take.
Because you said it deserves more respect than it gets. I think it gets
absolutely does.
I think it gets the proper respect.
Finish your sentence so that
I don't even remember the hell. I don't even remember what the hell I was going to say now because you threw me off.
They're probably going to say that you didn't remember a Crack in Time.
I don't remember that awesome of a game. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I don't remember being that like, oh my god, this is mind-blowing.
No, I do. I mean, it's the one where you find the other Lombax, Alistair, and he ends up being the final boss because he turns on you.
Spoilers?
Bro, Crack in Time was on the PS3. That spoils it for you, I don't care. No, I mean, I've just been watching randomly, a lot of ranking videos. You watch one Ratchet & Clank game ranking video, you gotta watch 10 more. And just people put, like, Going Commando and the original PS2 Ratchet and Clank ahead of it. It's like, y'all, come on. Let's be serious with ourselves here. A Crack in Time is a better game than Even Up Your Arsenal, and you know, I don't want to hear anything else. Like that is kind of the beautiful thing is that like if you watch the same tier ranking list and it was the same list every time and everyone had the same opinion, that'd be kind of boring. So on some level, I appreciate it, but also like I feel like again, the game, A Crack in Time, and how good it is, and how good it looks, and how well it holds up, and how well it played, it deserves to be more respected than the first couple games. Which I'm sorry, it's just a better game then. But that's just my opinion.
Okay. So throwing off a little bit here. Well, at least I'm throwing off a little bit here because I wasn't planning on really hosting tonight. I didn't see Matt's message that he wasn't going to be here until late. That's on me. So, I'm sorry, and also I have heartburn, so I'm also chewing Tums right now. Let's do an update trophy count. I am level 986 total trophies of 35,802 with 1,042 plats. Alex?
I am pulling up the agenda right now, and although I shouldn't have earned any trophies this past week, level 534, total trophy count of 11,306, and a platinum count of 210 in 209 games.
Yield?
545 is the level with a trophy count of 11,969 and a plat count of 230.
Matt is level 224, total trophies of 1,392 with 0 plats. And Sid, going by his old name or official name, I don't know. Sid changed names. According to the profile we have on stock, on file, he's level 902, total trophies of 28,167, 869 plats. I'm trying to look up his other profile right now. Somebody vamp for a second.
Well, you would be looking for...
Would this be the third time that Sid has changed names?
Sitterney was his other one?
Yeah, this was...
Yes, this would be the third. Sitters is the original, is the OG. Sitterney is the second, and I don't know what the third one is.
It is Ghost Forge 78.
Well, that took an unexpected turn. There was nothing about Sid in there.
I'm looking... Because the problem with his profile is that his trophies are hidden. What did I say? Ghost what? Ghost Forge 78. Here we go. And they're still private, so I can't even see it, even though I'm his friend. Okay. Sid, you don't get trophies.
You thought you were his friend, but...
well, I'm his friend. But his friends, his trophy progress, and his games are all private. I do know he's playing Lego Batman and 007, so... Okay, so we do have a update from Sid. I'm stolen here a little bit because I forgot what button I put it on, and it's this button. So we're going to throw it over to Sid for this week's Sophie Trophy.
Hello again, peeps. How are we all? It's Sid again with another Platinum shout-out. And we'll start this week, guys, with Shotty Sniper 123 with Infamous 2 on the PS3. Dupes 25 with Claire Obscure Expedition 33 on the PS5. Misa Goats a Lot with Forspoken on the PS5. Tricky Mick with Assassin's Creed Liberation on the PS4. Crook 09 with A Short Hike on the PS4. Raise Havoc with Saros on the PS5. Well done, Alex. EDJ3
Thank you, Sid.
with Returnal on the PS5. Well done to ED, because I think that's a harder one than Saros. Doc Chicken 13 with Diablo 2 Resurrected on the PS4. And Rolf Lols, with Nobody Saves the World on the PS4. I just bought that one on the Switch 2. I Yield to No One with The Expanse on the PS5. Ifrit Hellfire 90 with Born of Bread on the PS5. Redbeard Rick with Monster Train on the PS5. Homer gets duffed with the original Power Wash Simulator on the PS4, and also Ticket to Ride Classic on the PS4. Now, Power Wash Simulator, I did want to try that one, but all the challenges, I've not got the patience for those kind of things anymore, I'm afraid. I do think I'm going to get Power Wash Simulator 2 because there aren't any challenges as such, so that should be a little bit easier to do, but still a good platinum to get, I think. So yeah, shout outs, definitely Returnal, Saros, and Power Wash Simulator. That's going to be it from me, guys. I will talk to you again next week, and hope you're all doing okay. Have fun, keep getting those trophies. Bye.
All right. Yield, do we have a rarity update?
Do we?
Yes.
Okay. You were tagged in on it. You're asking me as if I didn't know, so I was just seeing if you knew.
Oh, why you gotta be a pain in the ass?
I'm keeping it real, man. Keeping it real. Aerith writes, with a month of the current season remaining, there is still a lot to play for in the divisions, with only shoddy Sniper 123 pretty much guaranteed his spot in Division 1 next season. There is still time for scores to impact what happens at both the top and the bottom of each division. In Division 1, Edge with 1,333 points, following with his addition of 38 points this week. He has a lead of around 290 points from Pee-wee in second and Doc Chicken in third. Both of these two bettered. Diego scored this week with Pee-wee hitting 40, moving her to 1,044, and Doc Chicken getting 59, moving him beyond the 1,000-point mark at 1,005. Ty-Kist edged above Nitro into fourth. Both were level points going into the week on 772, but Cy had 22, whilst Nitro had 15, meaning the gap is now 7. Marky Frazier had 25 points and is in sixth. He closed the gap to 25 points with 762. It's also tight between 7th, 8th, and 9th. Gareth jumped above Eifert Hellfire with a score of 36, giving him 10-point advantage with 637. Eifert's 13 moved him onto 627 with in 9th. Both are chasing down Rolling on the Floor, laughing out loud Z in 7th, who scored 2 points, moving him to 682. The bottom three all hit single-digit figures. I remain outside the danger zone with 576, following my whopping score of 5 this week. Redbeard Rick is in 11th and in danger of facing demotion. He is on 553 with 8-point score this week. X Nightmare 317 is the furthest adrift on 368 and scored 7 points. Division 2, as already mentioned, Shoddy Sniper is well clear at the top of Division 2. He sits on 1,861 points, already doubled the tally of second place. He top scored again, both in the division and overall, with 140 points. The only contestant this week to hit triple figures. For the third week running, it was a new name in the second promotion spot. Recent weeks has seen it change hands between CJ and Dupes. However, Meets Goats a lot now has the honor as his score of 45 moved him to 954. CJ also moved up a spot to third with a score of 46, taking him to 941, which means Dupes, who started the week second, drops to fourth on 925 following a 13-point addition. California Wayne strengthened his grip on fifth spot thanks to a score of 73, including a couple of platinums, moving him to 689. Mr. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 84 moved beyond the 600-point mark to 620 thanks to his score of 31. Tricky moved up a spot last week to 7th with a score of 22 points. He remained with 481 for the season. He has a lead of 23 points over the Grounded Gamer, who scored 14 points, pushing him to 458. Brook 09 managed just one trophy this week. and as a result, had a net score of -3, moving him back to 358. Alex was quiet again this week. He didn't earn a trophy, as he said at the beginning of the show, though he gained 4 points through Legacy, moving him to 273 in 10th spot, 1 place clear of the drop zone. The bottom 2 are still Prometheus 101, who suffered decay of -2, moving them back to 217, and Waterfields 1 in 12th, who earned 14 points, getting him to 198. And the last division, the Big Don, has been enjoying a little time abroad, and as a result, didn't earn any points or trophies. He remains on course for promotion, so he sits on top with 578. Murray, 2011, closed the gap by 11 points, meaning he lies 110 points behind with a month left to play. Dodge, Williams, and Homer Gets Duffed both scored the same 17 points to remain third and fourth with 369 and 338 respectfully. President Darrell top scored the division with 19 points, moving him up to 266. Sixth place on down all scored single-digit figures, so no movement in the division as a result. Brain 76 had 4, moving him to 179. Departed 570, reduced the gap to 13 points with a score of 7. Arth Knight is just a further 3 points beyond with 160, thanks to his tally of 5 this week. That one, Seagull has returned to some PlayStation gaming, namely on Wu-Chan Fallen Feathers. He scored 8 points, taking him to 149 for the season in 9th. Stink Palm advanced his score by 2, leaving him on 113. Big Bernardo B had a solitary point, moving him to 104, whilst Kalai scored 3, giving her 33 and 12th. Rare's Trophy of the Week starts off with 5th, Gareth, Pride of Zeus, Off With Your Friends at 6.89%. California Wayne had Horsing Around, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, 6.73%. Kiwi had Contract Killer and Starfield at 4.6%. Second place was Shoddy Sniper 123 with Case Closed from Blueprints at 3.16%. And in first, Doc Chicken with Animated from NBA 2K26 at 1.41%. Finally, with a month to go, here is a quick update on the top 3 appearances in the rarest trophies of the week. In third, Doc Chicken with 9, Kiwi's in second with 10, and in first, Edge with 13. And to close out, Gareth wanted to say that April's Plat of the Month results, there was a tie for second between myself with Indiana Jones and the Great Circle and Edge with Hollow Knight. We both got 4 votes. It was an overwhelming victory to end for Dupes, meaning he has now completed a hat trick of wins. He's won February, March, and now April. He got 12 votes for Crash Bandicoot.
That's a natural hat trick. 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Or if you're a bowling fan, it could be a turkey.
Ooh, I like that. He got the turkey.
Gobble, gobble. All right. Let's get into what we're playing. We'll start with you, sir.
Let's see here. What have I been playing?
Video
played
games.
a little of Rocket Birds 2 Evolution. Farted around a little bit with everybody's golf hot shots. Been playing some Helldivers with Prepare to Die or Scum and the Brain 76. Matter of fact, when we're done recording, we might hop on and knock out today's daily. I've been playing a lot of Roadcraft solo and multiplayer with Prepare to Die or Scum and Nitro. And I've also spent some time in 007 First Light. Not as much as I would like because my wife's watching me play as well, so we have to coordinate schedules. But that's what I've been playing so far this week.
All right, Alex.
Well, honestly, this was going to be a little bit more boring than it has been because I really have just been playing, just farting around and stuff I've already played, doing a few more runs of Saros to upgrade Arjun a little bit more in his armor matrix. I mean, for no reason other than just to upgrade him. been playing more Rocket League, been playing some Helldivers, been playing some Subnautica Below Zero, still messing around with base building. So kind of in that lull. I've gotten 2 platinums pretty recently with Mouse and then Saros right after that. So I'm kind of in a lull, although I've been kind of texting with Tricky, and I think maybe I might play Darksiders, the original Darksiders, the combo pack for the definitive edition of Darksiders 2 and the War Master edition of the original Darksiders for PS4 is only $8.99, or it's $7.99, or it's $8.99. I can't remember, but it's currently on sale right now. And then, as Tricky said, I could buy the $10 upgrade to get the War Master edition on PS5. So I might be playing that. I don't know. There's just not really a lot I really want to play out there. I know that for the PlayStation Plus, we're getting one of the arena brawlers for in the upcoming June PlayStation Plus Essential free games, the monthly games. So if anyone wants to tackle the online trophies, because I think there are some online ones, not necessarily a hard platinum, but some online trophies required. If anyone wants to help me tackle that, I'd be willing to play that. But I think I might go Darksiders next, because until He-Man and the Dragon Pearl Destruction, I don't really know if there's anything I really want to. It's kind of a quiet time. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but there's just not much new on the horizon or anything in my backlog that I really, really want to play.
I disagree. Right now I got too many games to play.
Oh yeah, like Resident Evil 6 is currently on sale for the Days of Play promotion, I think is what it's called, but it's like still $55 after spending $70 on Saros, because I support House Mark full price. I just don't want to spend that much money again, so I mean Capcom would be all right, but I got Resident Evil Requiem on my wish list, but again, $55 after I just spent $70 like 2 weeks ago is a little bit much for me right now. So,
I just looked up Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. Apparently, there are there are online trophies, but according to PSN profiles, you can get them on offline and co-op as well.
Okay, so I mean, I've got multiple controllers, so I could do that, but. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I like some of the characters in that game are really stupid. I don't know if I want to play it, but it is a free game. But I mean, Darksiders, the original Darksiders, I admit that I've never played Darksiders 3, and I do like Darksiders Genesis, so I don't have anything really bad to say about it. But for me, Darksiders, the original, was such a memorable game. Even if you want to say that it was like a Zelda clone, I think it did enough to separate itself, and I think it's such the enemies, like the bosses specifically, and War as an enemy, and War as a protagonist, the final boss fight, like everything about that game is so memorable compared to what I would say Darksiders 2 is. I'm not going to sit here and argue with Tricky because I know he loves Darksiders 2, but for me, Darksiders 2 is more of a muddled mess, whereas much like Zelda Ocarina of Time, like Darksiders was so memorable for me that I could remember all the bosses and remember all the names and remember the dungeons. And for me, that game just was I thoroughly enjoyed Darksiders. So even if I buy the compilation, I probably will not play Darksiders 2 because I got my platinum on the PS3 and I think I'm done. But I think more so than diminishing Darksiders 2 in any way, I think it kind of just shows how good the original Darksiders was or how much I enjoyed that game. So probably my next game, but if Tricky or Yield or anybody wants to play some Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, I'm not against it.
I'm looking forward to Darksiders 4. So
yeah, well, it's probably nowhere near coming out. So it was just announced. So
it was announced like a year ago, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know. The ad on the PlayStation Store says just announced. So
Darksiders 4. Hold on. What was it?
I feel like it was announced. We thought it was announced a while ago, and then they truly officially announced it like later. I don't know. My concept of time when it comes to that announcement is a little blurred. But we still don't have a release date, do we?
I'm looking for when it was announced. No, we don't have a release date. It was announced August 1st of last year.
Oh, well, PlayStation Store needs to update their advertisement for it, but.
Yeah. So now.
Oh, and for anyone who I haven't tried them out yet, but for anyone who liked Marvel Cosmic Invasion, they recently released their first of 2 DLCs, where they Cyclops and the Thing are now playable characters in Cosmic Invasion. So, if you like the Fantastic Four, if you like the X-Men, go check them out. I think that the add-on's like $3 or something like that. $3, $4, $3.99, $3. I can't remember, but for 2 characters, not a bad deal if you really enjoyed that game.
I have been playing some more Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. I finished the story. I'm just in collectible cleanup now. I did play 007 last night. I played it for about 4 or 5 hours. I got 4 trophies. I think I'm ahead of Yield based on trophies.
Probably.
Have you gone through training yet?
I am still in training.
Oh. Apparently there's I saw a video today. Apparently you could bypass that entire chapter. Okay, without spoiling anything. You know when you go out in the team of 3 and you have to unlock the gate with your watch?
No, I'm not that far.
Okay. Well, apparently when you get to that part, if you just turn around and run and follow a certain path, you can bypass all the training. So, I mean, I went through it. I think it's worth going through it, but you can bypass it if you are stuck. And that's all I've really been playing, other than some Division. The final chapter came out for this season, so I've been trying to do that. I have a question for you guys, and it's Division related, but it's more video game related. When you're going through something and you have to rely on other people,
it sucks.
How frustrating!
It's terrible. It's fucking terrible.
How frustrating is it for you when your teammates who are talking, they are communicating, but they're speaking a different language?
Oh, I didn't know you were going there.
And I'm not trying to hate on anybody. I'm just saying, how frustrating is that for you guys when you're trying to communicate, but you can't?
I haven't really run into that. Luckily, everything that I've run into multiplayer-wise that I'm working on, everybody has spoke English, or those who haven't type really fast in a PSN chat, so we know what's going on.
All right, Alex, you have an opinion, or?
Well, I don't really. There's not many games I play on headphones. Did that a little bit for Helldivers when we first started playing, but don't really do that now because a lot of what I do is farming on the trivial levels. Did it some for Ghost of Yotei when we did the Legends runs, but everybody encountered there was no issues in communication. What you got to remember, Tricky, is it frustrating is for you. It's also frustrating for them because they can't understand you and you can't understand. So it's like language obviously is a pretty big barrier when it comes to, being able to communicate with people. So it's frustrating for everybody. So like it seems like Yield and I haven't run into that problem, but I don't know what you're trying to play.
Okay, so
the Division, obviously.
Yeah, well, the Division, what they call the climax mission, which is basically the last mission of the season, which is always unique.
What?
It's called the climax mission.
Fucking gross.
Oh, stop! How old are you?
Oh yeah, I'm the only one that thought that when you said it.
But
I bet Tricky's done plenty of climaxing when playing the Division.
Anyway, so the climax missions are always a recycled version of a main story mission, but they add it gets harder than heroic difficulty, which is the standard normal difficulty. It's harder than legendary, and they always your path through the mission is different. Instead of going through the door on the right, they're gonna send you to the door on the left, or sometimes you run the mission backwards. And there's always new mechanics. Like in this particular one, this season they introduced. They have retaliation missions, and when you're doing the retaliation missions, randomly a kill squad will come after you, and you have to kill the kill squad and whatnot, or you can evade it, but it's worth your time to kill them. But in this particular mission, and I'm not spoiling anything because I know you guys don't play this, and I know the people that listen to this probably did it as well. there's a part in the mission where you have to kill a helicopter in under 2 minutes, and they also send the BTUSU kill squad in at the same time. And there's a mechanic in which you have to kill a pylon, which is making every single thing on the board immune to any kind of damage. The only thing you could do is kill that pylon, and then you can take out other things. And it's on a 2-minute time. If you don't kill the helicopter in 2 minutes, you fail the mission. And on the master difficulty, when you die, there's no checkpoint. You go back to the beginning of the mission. So I'm trying to tell these guys they have to kill the pylon, and they won't. They're not shooting the pylon. And then after the mission, I got a little frustrated, and they booted me from the group. Meanwhile, I was the only one doing what I was supposed to be doing, but I couldn't tell them what they needed to do, and I was under heavy fire, so I couldn't really poke my head up and use a turret to kill what I needed to kill. It's just so frustrating. And then they booted me because I'm the one that died last. So I'm just venting a little bit here.
I mean, that's probably more of a. That probably happens far less than, you know. I would have to think that's not that when it comes to meeting people online, that's kind of an anomaly, because, you know, I don't know. We just. Two of the three of us don't have experience with that. And granted, you maybe more online or chat online than we do, Tricky. But how often does that happen when you play the Division?
When I group up with other people, it happens a lot.
I mean, maybe that's an issue with the matchmaking where it needs to focus on putting you in games within your region.
Well, it for the most part, it does. When I'm playing like normal missions, or I'm running Countdown, or I'm running Retaliation, or an Escalation mission, it normally does. But on the Master difficulty, there's only a select few people that are powered enough to do it. And the matchmaking pool is much more smaller. So I wind up with people from China or Indonesia or stuff like that. So Dex is in the chat, and he says there's a language barrier between you and I too, Tricky. Yeah, it's because I don't speak bullshit.
That's all you speak. Well, here we go. Hold on. You don't speak bullshit. Literally, when I said earlier that there's not really much I want to play, you're like, oh, I've got too many games to play. And then you mention what you've been playing, and it's 2 fucking games. And one of them is the same game you've been playing since you were 10 years old.
Well, first of all,
what other games do you have to play other than Lego Batman and Division 2?
I got Assassin's Creed 3 I got to finish. I got Assassin's Creed 4 I got to play. I got Assassin's Creed Revelations I got to play. I got Darksiders I got to play. I got, what else is there? Forgetting. Crimson Desert I have to play. Arc Raiders I have to play.
Then why the hell are you playing all this Division if you need to play these other games too?
Because if I don't play the Division, I fall behind on my power stats. Also, Dispatch I gotta finish. I gotta go through that game again. But Dex says he does agree with you on the thinking about the climax mission. So,
exactly.
He just perverts. That's all you are.
Oh yeah, Tricky. Like you haven't waited around in the gutter before.
Nope, not me.
Oh yeah, not you.
I'm innocent, and that. It's not like I named a podcast trophy horse or anything.
Wow.
Nope. Right.
Ripping off achievement horse at that. So not only are you
we were here first. We were here
you're
first.
You're also unoriginal.
We were here first.
Bullshit. Achievement horse was a thing before, like achievements were a thing before trophies.
Achievements were a thing before trophies, but achievement horse was conceived after us. You know what?
All these very choice C words, Tricky. Conceived and climax.
And they're not even around anymore, so suck it, achievement horse.
Oh, they're still around, I'll tell you that much.
No. I'm not saying anything.
I guarantee there's still some achievement whores out there.
Oh, I'm sure there are achievement whores out there, but their podcast doesn't exist anymore. Just like a lot of podcasts that don't exist anymore. We're still around. Anyway, let's get into our topics. How about that, guys?
Shots fired. Gosh.
Say what?
I said, shots fired. Gosh.
Listen. You know, you may not remember, but we brought Pac-Man Polar Bear on for episode 201. And the very first question it was, how's it feel to be on a 201st episode of a podcast?
Yeah, I remember that.
Let's get into
I figured you were taking shots at Daryl.
Well, that too. Because me and Daryl are kind of beefing right now.
Oh, the bros are having an issue.
Yeah, he told me, he sent me a message a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, going,
now he's going to air it out on the show.
Yeah, because I'm that upset, and he's going to hear this on the podcast. He sent me a message about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, saying, hey, my Sundays are clearing up. I'll be able to do the show more often with you. I'll be able to do Patreon content with you, all this other stuff. Every single time, including tonight, that I reached out to him saying, hey, why don't you come on the show? Oh, I'm busy. Oh, I got this going on. Or I'm out to dinner. I'm on a date with my wife, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. And I said, you tease me. You tell me you're available, and then every single time I ask you, you're busy. So don't tell me you're available if you're not available.
I'm not available.
But what is available as of June is the PlayStation Plus games, all available June 2nd. So
hey, let me tell you, those are some. Matt's not here, so I'll say it. High quality games.
Well, depends on how you look at it. So June 2nd, which is the yesterday, as you listen to this on podcast services, the first game you're going to get is Grounded Fully Yoked Edition. If you guys don't know, that is the Microsoft exclusive game that is coming over. We already
That's
mentioned
the Honey I Shrunk the Kids game, right?
Yes.
Yes.
As
little people, big bugs. Yeah.
Yeah, Tricky will not be playing it.
Which I don't know. How do you play through Darksiders?
Turn off the spiders.
Oh, you can't, because one of the bosses is a giant spider. Of the boss of the Iron Canopy is a spider.
Yes, it is.
So how do you get past that?
I basically close my eyes and do muscle memory.
No fucking way.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
No one believes that shit. No one believes that you beat that boss with your eyes closed.
Okay. You know what? When I get up to that part playing it, I will stream it, and I will put a camera on my face, and I will show you that I'm blindfolded playing that part. There's actually a huge ass spider in Darksiders 2 that I stopped playing the game because I forgot how to beat it. Anyway, as Alex mentioned, the next game you're going to get is Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. That is coming for the 5 and the 4. Grounded Fully Yoked is also coming for the 5 and the 4. And the last game you're going to be getting is Warhammer 40,000 Darkside for the PS5. And if you have not picked it up yet, EA Sports FC 26 is still going to be available, even though it was a free game last month. It's still going to be available up until June 16th. So, and if you are a PlayStation Plus member, which you should if you're getting the game, there is a PlayStation Plus Icons pack, free, that you can go download. So Yield, you obviously I know you're half joking about
no
high quality games.
I'm not half joking. I'm serious.
You don't like any of these games?
No, I don't care for any of these games this month. This feels like a January release after we got awesome games for December for Christmas. This is what this feels like, in my opinion. And that's just because these games aren't my cup of tea. But I like literally shook my head and laughed when I saw the lineup for this month.
Okay, so the only thing I laughed at was the fact that we're getting an Xbox game for free. That they put it on PlayStation. It's like, nope, you're getting it for free. But I personally am not a fan of them, but I hear the Warhammer 40,000 games are phenomenal. So,
I watched the trailer and I wasn't really sold on it. I mean, it's a Warhammer zombie game is kind of what I got out of it. And
okay.
I was just like, I enjoyed the first Warhammer game. I bought the second one, waiting for schedules to line up to dive into that. That's about all I've played in the Warhammer series. So I might get talked into getting that one, maybe. I don't know. But I'm just like, if I want to play zombies, I'm gonna play Nazi zombies from Zombie Army Trilogy.
And you're not interested in Grounded at all?
No, not at all.
I'm interested in it, but I just can't play it because it's going to be huge ass spiders. Alex, what about you? Any of these games besides the Nickelodeon you're interested in?
I mean, I don't necessarily know that I am interested in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, and I think we've now gotten both of them for free on PlayStation Plus. These Smash Brothers-esque platform brawlers, in the some of them, a couple of them have cropped up multiverses, and this series have kind of cropped up in the aftermath or the kind of the hibernation of Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. And I know that the first Nickelodeon game kind of had a lot of the Smash Brothers players kind of move over to it because if there's no new content coming to Smash Brothers, you got to make content, and a Smash Brothers S game is I guess as good as you're going to get for a while. But it seems like the community for these games just died off quickly. I mean, we know multiverse is what they're in support for that, or they already have. I can't remember, but that game I think has been tabbed to go away, and so I mean I like the platform brawlers. I don't necessarily think that the cast of characters. I mean, yes, Reptar is pretty awesome, but you've got the Ninja Turtles in there, but there's also some really goofy additions. So I don't know. It's free, so why not give it a chance? It's free with your subscription, and with the trophy list not being particularly hard. It doesn't seem like you're losing anything if you don't necessarily. It's not your favorite game, but you just have to power through because you got to get the platinum. Grounded, for me, I don't think any of these games are bad. I wouldn't spend money on any of them, but as games for a monthly subscription, I don't think they're bad. I mean, I think they're adequate. It's just there's nothing there that I need to play. It's like, if given the choice between playing Darksiders again, which has been a while since I played Darksiders, I haven't played since the PS3. So, and the War Master Edition for PS4 came out in 2016 or something 2017. So it's been almost 10 years for that one too. So that tells you how long it's been since I played this game. But given the choice between playing Darksiders again and playing one of these games, I would probably choose Darksiders. But again, like I said, I would be willing to play Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl just to give it a shot, because I have put many hours in Smash Brothers, and so it seems only fair to give this game a chance too.
All right.
And Warhammer I've never been interested in, so no offense to the Warhammer crowd out there. But no, I don't think it's a bad month. I just think that it's not bad, it's not great, it's just adequate.
And I have no interest in any of these games. I already stated my piece about Grounded. I don't like the brawlers. I just never been a fan of them. And Warhammer, I have no interest in, so I won't be playing any of these. Moving on to our next story. Well, console prices are going up again. And this time, the Steam Deck. Steam Deck for the 512 gigabyte is going up to $789, and the 1 terabyte OLED version is going up to $950.
You got to get some context. What is the price jump? Because the price jump for the top line is $300. So give them the original price and what they're going up to as well, because that's a big part of the story.
I was actually looking that up.
Matt shared it in our text group.
Well, I did not know that, sir.
Somebody doesn't read the text group.
It should be under Messenger.
It's in the
on here.
Oh no, you're not a part of that no more. You left.
Oh, that group. Okay.
Hold on, I got it. The 512 gigabyte OLED is going from $549 to $789.
So price
that's in US dollars.
So that's an increase of 240.
And the 1 terabyte OLED is going from $649 to $949. So a jump of $300, which is
but you don't have to worry about the price.
Crazy.
Yeah, but you really don't have to worry about it because they're still sold out. You're increasing the price, and people can't even buy it at your current price. So, I think that's
Well, I mean, you get good luck finding it until they raise the price, because
that's the whole point. It's still sold out. So you're announcing the price. When does the price go up? Does it say? Hold on.
let me pull that back up.
It might be current.
It says this is from a Twitter post from Wario64. Valve has raised Steam Deck prices. Still out of stock. I guess it's immediate.
Okay. Yeah. That being said, like I said, it's still sold out. And now Matt has posted an article from Games Radar written by Jordan Gerblick. I did not read the article, but the headline does say Tim Sweeney goes after Gabe Newell following Valve's Steam Deck price hike. Quote, severe disruptions in the component parts supply chain for mega yachts, end quote. If you guys want to vamp for a second, let me read this real quick and see what the ports are, because Matt didn't give me notes.
All right. Well, here I'll say that I'm on the Steam powered store, and it is indeed the new prices are in effect. And at the bottom it says, note Steam Deck OLED may be out of stock intermittently in some regions due to memory and storage shortages. So that shortages on technology are continue to wreak havoc on our favorite hobby.
Yeah, basically, Sweeney's going after Newell for raising the price. Matt did leave a note in our text chat saying that they're going after each other, and where was the actual comment? Hold on. Matt said in our chat, I hate the idea of defending a billionaire, Newell, as I think the Steam Deck price is BS, but hey, Sweeney, didn't Epic just lay off 1,000 employees? So,
I mean, that's fair. We also have to remember that there's probably some bitterness at Epic Games toward Steam and Valve, because Steam is the most popular PC digital platform and does far better business than Epic Games. So
basically, this is Sweeney taking a shot at Newell for raising the price and right now. But to Matt's point, he goes, Epic laid off 1,000 people after increasing the prices for V-Bucks. So, Sweeney doesn't have really a leg to stand on here.
Well, no. I mean, again, we know all these consoles, from the Switch, the PlayStation, the Xbox, the Steam Deck, and it's even going to affect the price of the Steam machine to an egregious degree. So, I mean, you can't blame any one of these companies now. We all see what's happening. We all know what's happening. But Tim Sweeney's going to he's got an axe to grind, so he's going to take a shot at Valve anytime he can. But again, Epic Games, they have, no leg to stand on. Anyone who knows anything about Epic and Steam can see right through this.
Yield, do you have any comments, sir?
It's a heck of a price increase. So if it was instant, you missed out, and if it's not instant, you better get yours ordered now.
No, it's already up there. So the price is already in effect.
Oh, okay. So that's a bummer if you missed it, because that's like double.
Yeah, I mean, no, credit to Nintendo. It's one thing I will give them credit for. They gave you plenty of time. If you wanted to buy a Switch 2,
you still have time. I think it's, what did Matt say?
Said it's the beginning of September. So yeah, they gave you plenty of time. And that's not, most of these companies aren't doing that. So,
all right, moving on to our next story. Fable has been delayed to 2027. Matt in comments said, in other words, we can't compete with GTA. Fable was originally supposed to be released in autumn of this year. Xbox released a statement saying this year's packed with incredible games for Xbox players to enjoy, from Halo campaign involved, Gears of War E-Day, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 to Control Resonant, Star Wars Galactic Racer, and Grand Theft Auto 6. In order to plan our game launches through the holiday in a way that works best for our gamers, we're moving Fable to February of 27, so it can have the dedicated moment it deserves. We're excited to be giving players a major look at the new Fable, as well as our broader lineup in Xbox Showcase on June 7th. So, do you guys think they moved it because of GTA, or do you think they moved it because the game is falling behind in production? Yield, I'll go to you first.
That's a good question. I really don't know. I I won't believe the GTA release date until it goes gold.
I still say it's going to get delayed again.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I won't believe it until it goes gold.
Because even Alex, I'm not trying to speak for you, but even Alex in the chat says, watch GTA get delayed to right around then. That would be funny.
Well, Strauss Zelnick is very, very worried about the critical reception of that game, so they got to make sure it's perfect.
Yes. Alex, do you think it was delayed because they're worried about GTA, or do you think production fell behind?
It wouldn't be the first game that we've seen get pushed out of a crowded holiday space. I mean, for the longest time, you released your biggest games during the holidays because that's when people were technically spending the most money. And when they would open up their wallets, because everyone just feels that gift-giving spirit at the end of the year. But, other games have done this where they have gladly moved into the first part of the year to avoid some of that gridlock on the video game highway. So it would not. I mean, they said it in the quotes, so that it gets like the due it's deserved or something like that. Clearly, they want this game to have kind of a space of its own and not have to worry about other games coming out. So, if someone speculates that it got pushed out to get away from GTA or Wolverine or any of the other games coming out this year, I would believe it. And, I mean, it also gives them more time to, polish anything, but it's perfectly feasible that they would be like, yeah, we're gonna get away from all these other games because I think that quote of it gets its time or it gets its attention it deserves is specifically referencing crowded holiday times.
I think it's a combination of both. I think they're falling behind on production, but also when the game was announced, it didn't have like a very favorable outlook because everybody was criticizing the character designs. This is the internet saying it's not me, but apparently like the main protagonist was really ugly and whatnot. Design choices, but yeah, they're definitely getting out of the way of GTA. GTA is going to shut down video games for a couple months, and especially if they launch a quality online experience, which is why GTA 5 is really thriving as we speak now. Yeah, it's gonna shut down video games for a while, and every company would be smart to get the hell out of the way and just let Rockstar. Do I think? Yes.
Do you? I just don't know. I think the $100 price point is going to scare a lot of people if that's what it is.
Well,
has that been confirmed?
I was gonna say that hasn't even been confirmed yet.
No, it hasn't been confirmed. But I'm saying, if it is $100, I don't think it's going to be the juggernaut that everybody says it's going to be.
I think it is. I think Rockstar, if they do launch at $100, I think Rockstar knows exactly what they're doing and they know people will pay it.
I know of several people or everybody in my circle ain't touching it if it's $100.
Oh, listen.
That's fair, but I think we've seen from past GTA games how much mileage people get out of playing those games. So I honestly think that while, yeah, it's going to scare some people away, I'm not going to. Well, I didn't buy the last GTA game for $60 or $70, whatever it launched at, but I think that people who play that game and play the shit out of the game and go online and play the multiplayer, they're still going to see how many hours in value they get out of that game and think that $100 is, totally fine.
I think Rockstar is just cocky enough to do it. It's gonna be a bold move if they announce that.
Why shouldn't they be?
Exactly. I think they know what they have, and I think they're gonna come out and make a statement and say, listen, all your games are only worth $60, $70, $80. Our game is worth $100, and people are gonna pay it. And I think you're gonna see outrageous sales on that game when it launches. I guarantee you we're gonna.
Absolutely. It's gonna have a long tail, but the opening. I think we're all very interested to see what the first weekend sales or the first week sales of that game are going to be. But
we reported that I think they're predicting 20 million sales in the first week, right?
I think that number has popped up before, but I don't remember exactly where it came from. So it does ring that bell in my head. But it is important to note that it's supposed to come out on November 19th. And what, Wolverine's coming out in September?
September 19th, yes.
Yeah, so Sony better make damn sure that they don't delay that game, because whether you're on PC, on Xbox, or on PlayStation, that game, GTA, is going to be the game that overlaps on most people's, holiday gift list.
Yep. What game?
For anyone who doesn't buy it right away.
One game that people will not be playing these holidays is Destruction All-Stars, coming from PushSquare.com, written by Sammy Barker. The original story is Destruction All-Stars servers have been offline since 2024, although Sony's never officially acknowledged it. Well, until today, that is. The game is now 100% disabled and has been delisted from the PlayStation Store without prior notice. If you already own it, arcade mode will remain available to play. There has been an update to the story. They just received an email from Sony confirming Destruction All-Stars has mostly been taken offline, but its letter elaborates a little bit more about why this is so sudden. In the correspondence, it says the game is no longer for sale on the PlayStation Store, which we already knew, but the subject of the multiplayer. Due to ongoing technical issues, multiplayer services for Destruction All-Stars on PS5 consoles shall remain offline and are no longer available. It adds that when its remaining servers are fully shut down on the 25th of November, single-player gameplay will remain playable for returning players. However, functionality and player experiences may be impacted due to server shutdown. So, if anybody's playing the game, you have until November, and then it's done.
Nobody wanting to play your game is a hell of a technical issue. The servers have been down since 2024 and no one fucking noticed.
No, everybody noticed. But Sony
really?
Yeah, but Sony just never acknowledged it.
Nobody's playing that game in 2024. That was like a launch 5 game, wasn't it? And they gave it away for free on Plus.
Yes.
I believe so, yes.
No one's playing that game in 2024. Nobody.
No.
I encourage anyone, you know what? If there's somebody out there that's still playing that game, I encourage you to, I'm not even knocking you, but I encourage you to write in or share with us, because I don't believe a single damn person's playing that game.
I'm willing to
because
bet.
If the servers have been down that fucking long, they damn sure haven't been done anything to get them back up.
Well, that's the thing.
You're telling me that Sony...
They've been working on them. That's the thing, is they've been working on them.
For 2 fucking years?
Listen, I'm not defending Sony here. I'm saying...
You're telling me that the wizards at Sony, who have my credit card information, can't figure out how to get that game back online after 2 fucking... No, it's not a priority because no one's playing it. I guarantee you they've got people there that could do it. They're just not doing it because it's not a priority.
Okay, so it wasn't a launch date game. It came out 3 months after the PlayStation 5. It launched...
It was in the launch window then.
Yes, it came out February 2nd. And it went to Extra in June of 22.
Because here's the thing. If you're telling me honestly that the bozos at Sony can't get this game back online for people to play after 2 years,
We're never getting Herman Hulse on this show.
I don't trust. Well, you know what? They deserve to be called bozos if that's the case. I'm telling you, there are people there that can do it. That game was a failure, and they're not allocating resources to get it back online, and they're hoping no one noticed. Guarantee it.
Well, no, they're shutting it down. They came out and said due to ongoing technical issues.
Yes, the ongoing technical issues is no one gives a shit.
Which I find funny because me and Nitro are playing Road Company. That game hasn't been updated in 2 years. Those servers are still going, and their pass, whatever pass, like the monthly pass, is going for the next 10 years. So, yeah, that game hasn't been updated, but people are still playing it. So, by the way, Nitro, I haven't forgot about you. I will get back with you and do your last hour and a half to get you your platinum. So,
wait, hold on. Yield. Who are you siding with in this? Are you siding with me or are you siding with Tricky? Tricky, sit over here.
Hold on a second. I'm not taking a side. I'm just telling you what Sony's saying. I agree.
Well, tell me what you actually feel. I want to know what you feel on this.
I've never played this game. Have no interest in this game. it gets shut down. I don't give a shit. But apparently the servers have been down. I didn't know this because nobody really reported it. Nobody I know is playing the game. So that don't matter to me. I'm just telling you that according to what Sony says, they've been working on it. They can't fix it, so they're just shutting the game down.
But I don't want you to regurgitate what Sony said. I want your read on the situation, Tricky. That's what people come here for. They want our opinion.
I think that they can't fix it, and they're shutting it down. But I also agree with you on the fact that they probably don't have it as a high priority because I don't think many people are playing the game. Yield. Go ahead.
So yeah, I don't think anybody's playing the game. I agree with Alex. I took it before I bought a 4 when they were throwing out free games, and I only took it on the off chance that if like the guys were going to play it, then I had something that we all could play. But I didn't have from the very beginning. I never had a desire to play that game.
Well, it's like, hey, we don't want to make a Twisted Metal game. And hey, Fortnite's really popular, so why don't we kind of like mix the two together in like this game that nobody wants to play? And
Push Square gave it a 6 out of 10 when it launched. Said the pros were mindless vehicle smashing fun, good selection of modes, slick presentation, great characters. The cons were matches can slow right down, lackluster cosmetics, content gated by microtransaction, and lack of music.
But also, you could get out of your vehicle and run around in that game, right?
Yes.
You know what part I didn't miss from Twisted Metal?
Getting out of the car?
Run out, getting to unlatch his axle from my giant 2-wheel machine and getting ready to run around with a minigun or something. Or get out of my ice cream truck with Sweet Tooth and run around like a jackass. It sounds terrible.
You know what?
Terrible.
I did play this game. I remember playing this game. I lasted about an hour and I was like, I'm done. Yeah, because it says right now, on foot, the game has similar pacing problems. Whether by choice or not, popping out of a car can leave you kind of stranded. There are usually several cars available to choose from, but they might be quite far away, meaning a slow jog to find a ride. Yeah, I don't remember this. I remember this. Never liked the game. All right. That being said, we are going to throw it to our Facebook for our questions.
Time to check my social media, yeah.
So our first question is coming from our creator of our thumbnails, Will, says, why won't the trophy horse take a stand against AI? I think we all are taking a stand against AI.
I made the comment in the thread when I saw this. Well, actually, we were starting to record when I saw this. But I'll just say it for actual. That's not the word I'm looking for. But anyway, so it's on record, I guess. Again, if you've listened to any shows that we've talked about against AI, I am 95% not a fan of it. I understand it has its place, but 95% of it is not what we're using it for. So yeah, not a fan, not for it.
Matt responded to that. Last I checked, AI doesn't make our weekly thumbnails. Will responded, I commend you for that, but that's besides the point. And then Matt responded, it feels like a pretty strong validation of not wanting AI to do things we can have others do. So, Alex.
No, I mean, I was watching a video on YouTube the other day, and the guy on there was like, how do we get videos out so fast? Because with our editing, we use AI software. And I immediately turned off the video. Like, I immediately backed out of the video. So I don't, if there's a video that is using AI or a channel that uses AI to edit, I don't watch it. If they are trying to, say that, oh, AI is so great, I turn it off. I exit out and, I don't know. I do my best to avoid it. I, granted, have been, guilty in the past of watching some of those Sora AI wrestling videos where Betty White's jumping off of steel cages and doing frog splashes on people.
Those are funny though.
I mean, I get it, but also the more of those you watch, the more AI content you get. So it does increase the demand for it, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, I don't go looking to support AI. And I think like Yield said, I think any time AI has come up as a topic on here, we've loudly said that we're not in support of. I guess I would say that I've said that I can see the uses of AI when it's used responsibly, but we're not in any way for it being used widely in video games to the point where it's taking people's jobs. Like, I don't know, AI was one of those things that I don't really want to support because it seems like a runaway train. Although it seems like a lot of companies are invested in it so much that we just kind of have to hope that they can kind of corral their usage and still rely on humans to make, do most of the work. Because I don't know, in a war between the machines and the humans, I'm definitely on the human side. So definitely not. I wouldn't say I'm pro AI. I'm just trying to be realistic about its usage here in our current, video game climate.
Yeah, I don't hate AI as much as these guys do. I mean, I have used it for like the descriptions for the YouTube videos for when
You son of a bitch.
That
I'm sitting here every week writing the show post, trying to make it as original as it can be, and you're using AI for our YouTube descriptions.
I was
no,
waiting
no.
for
That
this.
see you. This is why I yell at you. Don't cut me off. When I stream on Twitch and then I take those videos and I put it on our YouTube to make YouTube content, I use AI to do a description of the video. That's what I use AI for. I don't.
You were also using it to do stuff for the show.
When did I ever use it for the show?
The little clips that it would post on Facebook and Twitter, and I was very much on you about how it would create a post, and I'm like, that's not at all what we talked about. It was so out of context. Matt agreed on a few of them with me as well.
Oh, you're talking about when I was making the clip. Okay.
Yes.
That okay. So that
you were 100% using AI for that.
Okay, yes and no. What it was I was using a program called Opus Clip, which takes our podcast and then makes clips to make. Yes, that was AI doing that, but that was somebody, like, I don't have the time to sit here for 2 hours and clip and a minute here, 2 minutes here to give context. I was using AI as a way of saying, this is we're clipping this as a part of the show. So yes, AI was clipping the show, but it was our original content. I wasn't using AI to make content. I was using AI to get clips of our original content.
Yes.
The descriptions, yes. I started going in and changing them because they would say weird, wild things. But I don't have a problem with AI in the fact that there are uses for AI. But like Alex has said, I'm not a fan of AI in a way to replace other people's jobs. Like what I'm using it for now with the YouTube descriptions, nobody is going to write our YouTube description. So I'm not replacing somebody. I'm just saying, this is the game I'm playing, write a YouTube description, boom, this is what it is. If I could hire somebody to do our YouTube, I wouldn't be using AI for that at all. So there are practicalities for AI, but I'm not a fan of it using AI to replace what somebody else can or is willing to do.
Problem is that we're expecting companies to use AI responsibly when we all know that the bottom line and the only thing that companies chase is the dollar sign.
Well,
there's like, did you have a rebuttal to that?
No, I was just saying, like, I said this on the show before. Companies are always going to look at a way to be more efficient. Like, whether it's, Burger King using an automatic cooker for their burgers or somebody standing in front of their grill. Like, they're always going to find different ways to be more efficient. But in my aspect, or at least in my opinion, even when Burger King uses the automatic cooker, you still have to have a worker that's going to put the meat in there and take it off and actually put the condiments on. So I don't rail against companies using technology to further themselves. I rail on the fact of, I like, yield. I don't want to put your business out there, but you work for a car manufacturer, correct?
Yes, and they are 100% behind AI.
Right. I'm not a fan of them using AI to fully build cars. I still think that there's got to be workers on the line that are putting things together. But I am a fan of AI lifting things like the car door to put it in place so the worker can come along and screw it in. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, Alex, I cut you off.
No, I mean, again, companies, they are going to want to make money, so the growth of AI is probably going to be, I mean, it's going to continue to grow as far as people using it. Like, as an example of, when I called Sony a few years ago because I bought a DLC for the wrong system, and then the worker on customer service or the Sony rep told me to open up it was for Hot Wheels Unleashed, and I bought the wrong DLC. I bought the wrong version. I either bought the PS4 version when I meant to buy the 5 version, or the other way around, or something like that. But the rep told me to open the game to see, if I could use it. So when I called back, another rep told me, no, you've opened the game and used the DLC. Well, I can't use the DLC because it's for the wrong system, but also your customer service agent told me to open it. And what happened was, eventually I got them to refund my money because I name dropped Game Pass, and I was going to go buy Shredder's Revenge, that dates this, 2022, I think. Shredder's Revenge for the Switch instead of the PlayStation. And as soon as I said that, you damn sure bet that they gave me my money back. So companies will, the only reason they did that, it wasn't for my benefit, it wasn't because they were benevolent. They did it because, okay, this guy, we'll give this guy his money back, he'll buy the right DLC, and then he'll also continue to buy games in our system. It's all about money. And so again, it comes back to AI, where we're just going to see this shit grow because companies want to make more money. And you don't have to pay healthcare or benefits to AI.
No, but you do.
You don't have to pay a living wage to AI.
No, but you got to pay the technicians to get the AI going and maintain it.
I mean, I think this is Tricky is the most pro AI, but even Tricky recognizes the dangers of AI.
Oh, absolutely.
It just feels like, regardless of what we recognize and what we see,
this is the future.
It is kind of unavoidable, regardless of how much you don't like it, because they're already, like, even where I live, they're looking to build multiple AI facilities, and people are fighting against it. But
the server
we'll
farms
see how
and shit.
That works. The server farms, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they've got several that are supposed to go up around me.
All right.
So yeah, unfortunately, I'm not for it at all, because I don't feel like we can be responsible about using it, because it again all leads back to money. But I do what I can.
All right. Our next question comes from Thomas. If there is a space movie that can be made into a game, which one and why? I'll let you guys decide who wants to go first.
I'm assuming there's already been a Men in Black game made, right? And does that count as space? I mean, space is a big chunk of it.
I don't think there's
And
been a
also
Men in
Star
Black game.
Wars? Like,
There have been Star Wars. There have been Star
there's been plenty
Trek.
of Star Wars.
I'm saying I don't think there's been a Men in Black game.
I'm gonna go, even though it's a spoof, I'm gonna go Spaceballs.
Damn it, you stole my damn answer.
Sorry, that's the only space one I can come up with. Unless you want to do like 2001 Space Odyssey.
Tricky, Men in Black the game is a 1997 survival horror action adventure game for PC and PlayStation.
Really?
Like Gigawatt Studios.
Don't say. I thought there was an old one. Like when the movies were going around.
It looks like the initial release date was October 31st. How clever.
I stand corrected then.
Trying to think of other space franchises.
Well, I've been trying to think of one that's not like, because there have been tons of space movies turned into video games, like Aliens. There's been plenty of Aliens, games out there, and Aliens is a.
I would say, oh damn it, it's a video game now. Helldivers was very much
Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers. Thank you.
There's a game.
Yeah, I know, but it came out shortly after Helldivers. But that would have been one to say if they didn't already make a game.
I'm going to say Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money.
But you can say Spaceballs as well. You did. They don't have to be different. It's okay.
I'm going with Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money.
It's fine. I'm trying to think of another space franchise.
I don't know if this could work.
Okay.
But Event Horizon was a really good space horror movie. The problem is like, I don't know, like you could do some like psyche, messing with the psyche horror type stuff. But as far as like enemies, like the characters are the crew. And so unless it was like in a dark horror adventure game, you wouldn't have enough enemies to be like a survival horror game. Like you would just be you and the crew. So I could see some horror game that's like, I don't know, you could do Until Dawn style-esque game for Event Horizon. Maybe that might be the best way to do it, where if you've seen the movie, gradually the crew is one by one kind of taken out and kind of this force kind of takes over. So yeah, I mean you could drop in as you could have the entire crew like Lawrence Fishburne and everybody and Sam Neill, but then you could be like a character who's not in the movie. Your playable protagonist could be a character who's not in the movie, and you could watch everything unfold. So, and for just like really off the wall shit, for some reason I watched Ghost of Mars because it's on Tubi. I watched it like a month or so ago. So it's like a game where you star as Ice Cube as a dual wielding, gun toting criminal. Or misunderstood criminal, I guess, on the face of Mars, trying to survive like an attack from an alien species, an ancient alien species. There could be a lot of gunplay in that. Maybe a terrible story, but you'll have an all-star cast with Natasha Henstridge and Pam Grier and Ice Cube. So, who do you want to play as Ice Cube?
I just Googled space movies, and two names pop up, and I'll let you guys decide. The Fifth Element.
Oh, yes.
And The Martian.
I haven't seen that one, but The Fifth Element would definitely be a really good style video game.
Alex, what do you think about the Fifth Element game?
I mean, I think that that would be good for, they've got some good action scenes, some big set pieces, The big problem with that is you'd have to get Bruce Willis on board because Chris Tucker, there's some very notable characters in there, and you'd have to get them.
Bruce Willis isn't doing anything.
Mila Jovovich also.
Bruce Willis isn't doing anything now.
Well, I mean, he's dealing with some shit, so I don't know if he'd be on board for even voice acting. But that would be the only problem with some of these is getting the voice actors on board, and if they still could.
Yeah, well, Bruce Willis doesn't even know he's Bruce Willis anymore, so. All right.
I wasn't gonna go there.
Say again?
I wasn't gonna go there.
All right, last question.
Apparently, this is the episode where Tricky just
shits on everybody.
Because his take earlier, where it's like, I hate playing with people from other countries.
I didn't say that. I said it's frustrating. All right, Thomas
You
says.
might as well have.
Thomas has another question that goes, with all this negative Bond talk, do you think now that people have had a chance to play it and seen all the reviews, it might change people's minds from those who are negative for no other reason than basically haters? So, I haven't really heard anything negative about Bond, so I did a quick Google search while we were recording. Apparently, there are people hating on this game because James Bond takes orders from a woman.
Tell me you know nothing
about James Bond.
or James Bond without telling me you know nothing about James Bond. I've seen this stuff floating around Facebook. As a matter of fact, it was one random suggested post about it had somebody's tweet that kind of said that same thing. And my response to the article or the Facebook post about the tweet was tell me you know nothing about the series without telling me you don't know nothing about the series. Because if you're a James Bond fan, M has been a woman since mid-90s. So there's nothing new here, folks.
Well, that whole fucking crowd of people. Like, people were shitting on the Saros ending because they didn't like how Arjun was portrayed, and how, like, I don't know, I don't know the exact verbiage, but people didn't like how Arjun was portrayed as bad because he's the man, or because he went after his wife, who, well, okay, so I shouldn't. We're getting into spoiler territory here, so I shouldn't. But people basically knocked Saros as an ending because they didn't like how the character of Arjun was portrayed, and like story elements tied to masculinity and all that shit. And I'm just like, good God, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
They
Like,
have nothing
legitimately,
better to do.
if you like the first, and I don't remember exactly the story beats of Returnal, but I remember that Celine had severe PTSD, and there was a very specific scene where at the end of the game you found a car in a very specific place, which lets you know kind of what happened in the story. Housemarque had a female protagonist in its last game. They had a male protagonist in this game, and both of them went through some shit, like legitimately human shit. So like, I don't know that anyone is portrayed as better than anyone else. So like, yeah, people making fun of the Saros ending is just ridiculous. And people will do this because if you don't portray a gender the way people think they should be portrayed, well, goddamn, it's out of bounds. That's foul. You can't do that.
Right.
And then people just fucking complain about it.
Well, and not only were they kind of complaining about Bond being just a woman in general, like M, but they were also, at least a lot of the pictures, was Moneypenny. And again, if you haven't followed the movies, the more recent movies, Moneypenny has moved into more of the liaison to M instead of a secretary. So it's like, you're just, one, it's either AI created content, so they have no clue what's going on. They're just going for the hot button hits. Or two, you have no clue at all. You've lived under a rock and have no clue the James Bond universe, and you're commenting on something you have no clue about.
See,
Tricky, how about you?
Okay, so I'm doing a little bit more research here, and apparently people are calling the game woke.
Yeah.
And will only have ugly women. Now,
they're also called, I've seen people call Saros woke too.
Now,
hold on.
Statement, because I got something about the women thing, because I read about something the developers were doing before the game launched.
I was just said one more quick comment. Me and you have both played this game, and we've got, from what I can tell by your trophies, you've gotten far enough to know the answer to this. The women I've seen in this game are not ugly.
No, they're not. They're not your typical Bond women, but they are not ugly.
No, I mean, right now I'm just a quick Google search. I'm gonna butcher her name, Cressida,
something like that. Yeah,
yeah, she's one of the hottest women in this game. That and Moneypenny, because one of the comments I see is that hold on, let me get back to the comment. People are calling this game generally woke. Woke is already a dumb term. Hold on a second. That's not the one I was. They're saying it's woke because M is a woman and Moneypenny bosses him around at the start of the game before he even joins MI6. By the way, never mind the fact that M has been a woman for 30 years in the films. And it says they're saying that it's either the game is woke or that it's I'm gonna butcher the word, misogyny.
Oh, misogynistic.
Thank you. Because he's hitting on the women. No, okay. Without a spoiler, there's literally a scene. You're not that far away from me, so I'm not really spoiling anything from you. There's literally a scene where during training, Bond sleeps with the secretary. So, like, I don't know where people are trying to hate on this game. To me, and I should have said this before when I said I was playing, to me, I've seen a report that First Light is a cross between Hitman and Uncharted, and I'm very much feeling that. The floor is yours. I'm sorry.
So, I guess you could say Bond is yeah, anyway, I said it and I can't say it. Anyway, if you know the Bond franchise, he's a womanizer.
It's been that way the entire time.
Yes. So IO Interactive came out and said, again, if you've been following the game in any kind of way, you would have seen this. IO came out and said that they're not leaning, I don't know if they're going to lean into it at all, but they're not covering that right now. One, they kind of didn't want to because of it's kind of out of time. And so saying that is, again, you don't know what you're talking about. And then, oh crap, my train derailed. But yeah, you just, that annoys me. You're just going for clickbait stuff. Oh, and Moneypenny bossing you around. She's been with MI6 longer than Bond has. This is an origin story for Bond. You are literally going through training. You don't even have a 00 license yet. So, yeah, she's going to boss him around. When you make, I'm going to say dumb comments, but yeah, you make dumb uneducated comments. It really shows. Like, if you have a legit gripe with the game, have a legit gripe with the game. Don't just throw stuff out and hope it sticks to the wall.
I agree.
For what? Do you mind if I bust out the flamethrower for a second?
Do your thing.
It must be so nice for people to complain about such just absolutely non-problem shit. Like, I wish I had that much time to worry about stuff that's not actually a fucking problem. And anyone who complains about a character in a video game not being attractive enough, I understand. Like, if it looks like I talked about in Saros, how outside of cutscenes, the character models in the game don't look that great. But if you're complaining that the women aren't attractive enough, you're probably only mad because that's the only interaction you'll have with an attractive person in your life.
Wow.
But what, Tricky?
I just said wow.
Yeah. No, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of people overusing the word woke. It's used way too goddamn much. But as far as like Saros goes, when it comes to the story, I had issues with the way the story was told. I thought it could have been presented better, and I thought the secondary characters were pretty weak. None of them were great. Really outside of Arjun, everyone else felt like they didn't matter at all. They were just there to be fodder. But the actual story itself was not my issue. The ending was not my issue. My issue is how they told it and the secondary characters. They just didn't do all that much. They didn't feel like they were that important. So yeah, that's what I'm tired of people complaining about dumb reasons for dumb things and stupid story beats and all this shit. You can have an issue with the story. You can have an issue with the characters, but a male being portrayed as bad or a woman being the boss of a man, these are not fucking problems. Goddamn.
Well, especially like you'll kind of alluded to, like this has been James Bond's MO for 30 plus years in the movies. Like anybody playing this game had to have known that going in that this is the way it's going to be. And what pisses me off about the coverage of this is you got a select number of people going, James Bond's a womanizer. Then you got another group of people saying, well, the game's not sexy enough. Make up your damn minds what you guys want to complain about. If you like Alex just said, if you want to complain about the game not playing good, I've seen a story where they're upset because the driving auto corrects itself. The AI is not smart enough, which I will admit, I literally walked in front of a guy and he didn't see me. Those are things to complain about. It annoys me when people are complaining about design choices. You didn't make the game. If you want the game to be a certain way, go make the damn game. And hopefully it sells. Stop complaining about stupid shit, like Alex just said. I'm done. If I go on this, I'm going to go on a rant. Yo, do you have any final comments?
No, I'm good.
All right. Let's throw it over to our topic of the week.
Toe. Topic of the week. Well, fine then. Fuck you, Matt.
Fuck you, Matt, indeed. Our topic of the week is coming from, hold on. It's not loading. From coming soon. From CG Project Red, or cgproject.com. Witcher 3 is getting some DLC, guys. CG Project Red announced its third expansion to The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt, one of the most critically acclaimed games of all time. It's coming next year. Songs of the Past is the third expansion coming to The Witcher 3. It will launch in 2027 on the 5, the X series, and the PC. And they are also co-developing Songs of the Past with Fool's Theory. Did any of us play The Witcher 3?
Maybe Matt, but I can't remember. I did not.
That would be a negative ghostwriter.
I played it for about 2 hours. Couldn't get into it. Turned it off. And I own all the DLC. So let's go on. Since we can't talk about the game itself, what do you guys think about them releasing DLC for The Witcher years after the game launched? And we haven't heard anything about this game in quite a while. I'm going to go see when it actually launched. Yield, I'll go to you.
I mean, that means you got a commitment to the game. Well, it either means two things. Either one, you got a commitment to the game, or two, you're not into any deep development into your next game, and
well, they are making The Witcher 4.
You got to do. Oh, they are. Okay. Well, then I guess that shoots that idea down. Then you're very much committed to making the DLC for this game.
The Witcher 3 came out in May of 2015, by the way. So
Yeah, I have to imagine there's just been a small team working on this because they've obviously had plenty of time to put out the third DLC. I mean, it's good, right? For fans of The Witcher, who wouldn't want to have more DLC in between that and the fourth game? Like, obviously, if The Witcher 4 comes out, putting out DLC for the third game is kind of pointless because everyone's going to be wanting to play the fourth game. But, you know, getting more DLC for a game that you've loved and getting to go back to open and play, I mean, that's pretty nice. I can't find any fault with it.
But do you see any fault in the fact that they're making DLC for an 11-year-old game instead of being fully into making The Witcher 4?
Again, it's an 11-year-old game. How many people do you need to make this?
I don't know. I would just think that you'd want the small people making the game, making the DLC. I think you'd want them making The Witcher 4. That's just my.
I'm sure they have plenty. I'm sure they have plenty of people in The Witcher 4. Like I'm sure that they're a big enough studio where I'm sure they're doing cyberpunk stuff too. Like, I feel like that has been. Haven't they greenlit a second cyberpunk?
I think that's just rumors right now.
Let me look. But I think their CD Projekt Red is big enough where they can handle multiple projects. So it looks like Cyberpunk 2, codenamed Project Orion, is the sequel to Cyberpunk 2077. Currently in pre-production with a new North American studio leading development. Yeah. So I think it's actually a thing. It's just being worked on very early stages. But
yeah.
No, I mean, the stuff like this, DLC for an 11-year-old game, like The Witcher 3 is a much beloved game. And for the people that love The Witcher, I think it's a great thing. And I don't think it will in any way take away from the, development of Witcher 4. I don't think they have like 100 people working on Witcher 3 DLC.
Well, they do have, according to IGN, they do have 150 people working on Cyberpunk 2 right now.
Yeah, apparently they have a new studio to help with that, so.
Yep. All right. I mean, I wish Matt was here because he'd give more context to this. I never got into The Witcher 3. I tried. It's just not my game. I
really enjoyed the TV series, the Netflix series, until they replaced Geralt.
Yeah,
and then I fucked off.
I heard they're doing one more season, and they're done.
Cool. I won't be a part of that. But no, I mean, the first two seasons were really good. And I don't even think we watched the third season because we were so like annoyed that they were flipping the characters on us. So
Henry Cavill did the third season, right?
yeah, and it was what the Hemsworth that came in and took over for 4.
Yeah, and he's gonna be doing 5.
Yeah. No, I mean Henry Cavill was great.
Yeah, I thought
And
so too.
I can't suspend my disbelief to have like that important of a character replaced and then me still want to watch it.
Well, he
To
also
me, you might as well just kill the series.
he also got screwed out of it too. So he gave it
Well, I
up.
don't remember exactly what happened, but all I know is he's not there anymore, so I'm not watching it.
He gave it up because he was going back to being Superman, and then shortly after he was announced back as Superman is when James Gunn took over and fired him. So, Yield, any comments about this?
No.
All right, then let's close out the show. Let's do some shout outs. Yield, we'll go with you first.
Shout out to Predator Scum, Bring 76, and Nitro for gaming this week. Shout out to everybody, if there was anybody hanging out in chat for the live stream. Shout out to everybody who threw out a question this week. Shout out to all the pimps and the madams of the whoredom. Thank you for hanging out with us, listening, playing games with us. Shout out to Alex and Tricky for recording this evening. Hopefully, shout out to Matt. Hopefully, he gets caught up on his sleep, gets the feeling a little better. And let's call that a week.
Alex, your shout outs?
Give a shout out to the listeners, the fans, the fuel to the fire, this trophy horse, our awesome community. Thank you all for continuing to support us. We appreciate you all so very much. Give a shout out to my co-hosts this week, Tricky and Yield, as well as Matt, who needed a little bit of extra rest. And he does so much work for us with the agenda and just kind of prepping the show that we definitely think he deserves a week off. So hopefully Matt got some much deserved rest. Shout out to Will for his artwork. Thank you, sir, for giving us awesome images every single week. Last but not least, give a shout out to my awesome and loving girlfriend, Ashley. I love you, hon. And yeah, it's going to do me for the week.
And my shout outs are very simple. Just shout out to Dex and I forget who else was in the chat. Dex and Thomas were in the chat. Thank you for popping in. Shout out to everybody listening to the show on the podcast services. Shout out to Alex and Yield for showing up to record. I twerp you to Matt for wanting some time off and leaving me hanging with no notes. I dislike you, Matt, but I have to hate on everybody this episode, so you get to hate this week. Also, twerp you to Alex, who didn't laugh at my video that I sent him. Saying
What video is that?
Saying that everybody has one person that they love, but they also hate. Gamer. I'll put it in the Facebook group. Oh, you won't see it there.
I'm sure I got it. I just didn't watch it.
Yes, I
Like
know.
most of the videos you send.
Yeah, I know.
What is this bullshit?
I don't even send Yield videos anymore because the second he sees that it says TikTok in the thumbnail, he's like, I'm not watching this. But if I send him the exact same video of you on YouTube, he'll watch it.
I'll watch it. See? You need to send the right version. I'll watch it.
But when I send you the video, you're not going to TikTok to watch it. I'm sending you the video. It just happens to be a video that I got from TikTok. Anyway,
My ban on TikTok is like my ban on AI.
if there's nothing else, until next week, happy trophy hunting.
See ya.
Later.
The theme song is Venus by the band Even off their album Zenith. Permission granted by the band and 12 Stone Records. You can find them on Facebook by going to www.facebook.com/EvenPhilippines.